Hello and welcome to another session in English language, and in this session we'll be looking at various aspects of English. First, we'll consider grammar and structure. We'll look at lexical and auxiliary verbs, and thereafter we will then talk about speech work. We'll look at the charts, how the place of articulation and also the manner of articulating consonant sounds. But before that, let us review the previous lesson. Welcome back. Like I said previously, we are considering different aspects of English. First, we are considering the grammar and structure, which is the topic lexical and auxiliary verbs. And today we would look critically into what you call lexical verbs and what you call auxiliary lexical verbs and what you call auxiliary verbs. So what are lexical verbs? Lexical verbs are otherwise called main verbs. Okay? They are those words that can stand alone as a verb element in a sentence. Okay, they are words that are verbs in a sentence and can stand alone. Okay, we don't require any support. Okay, so for instance, the word italicized did, DK dash the work. What happened to the work? He did the work. So the word did here, right, is a lexical verb. Okay, then we are students. Okay, but when the elements of a sentence consist of more than one verb, lexical verb always appears last. Okay, so sometimes you can have, for instance, I work on Mondays. I work on Mondays. If you the main verb there is work. I work on Mondays. Okay, so the main verb here is work. Okay, main verb here is what? Work. It can stand alone. I work. Okay, but we have so sometimes we can have what verb elements of a sentence consisting more than one verb. The lexical verb always appears last. For instance, DK has done the work. Done is the main verb. Why has there is the auxiliary verb. We are studying English. Alright, so studying there is the main verb. Okay, while there is the auxiliary verb. Then we have read. Right, I've read the book. Read here is the main verb, while have is the auxiliary verb. Now, what are auxiliary verbs? Auxiliary verbs are those verbs that help the main verb perform their functions. Auxiliary verbs are verbs that help the main verb to perform their functions. And there are two kinds of auxiliary verbs. We have primary auxiliary verb and the modal auxiliary verb. So meaning that we can categorize auxiliary verbs into two, right? We can transfer them into two. So we have the first one primary and we have the second one modal. So these are the two kinds of auxiliary verbs. Don't forget that. Now, the difference between the both of them is that primary auxiliary verbs can be used as lexical verbs while modal auxiliaries cannot. That's why you found them in the sentence DK did the work, because you might be surprised that why did and why are, because they are primary auxiliary verbs. Okay, but modal auxiliary verbs cannot be used as lexical or what you call main verbs. Okay, so let's get back to our discussion. So let's look at the primary auxiliary verbs. You have the verb to be, the verb to do, and the verb to have. Okay, the verb to be, we could give, we have am, we have is, we have was, we have are, and we have were. Okay, so these are the verbs to be. Right, then we have, in the verbs to do, we have do, we have does, and we have did. Right, then in the verb to have, we have has, we have, and we have had. Okay, these are the verbs to have. So we have am used with the first person personal pronoun I am, used with the third person she, third person singular pronoun she is, he is, it is. Then the past tense of is and am is what? Was. Then are is used with second person and first person plural and third person plural. Okay, we have they are, we are, and the past tense is what? Were. Then we have the verb to do, which is the plural. Then we have does singular and did is the past tense of both do and does. We have has to be singular, have to be plural, and had to be the past tense of both. Meaning that has agrees with singular nouns or pronouns, have agree with plural nouns or pronouns, do agrees with plural noun or pronouns, does agrees with singular nouns or pronouns. So we have examples. I am going to school. Am here is a primary auxiliary, right, verb. So I am going to school. Remember I told you that agrees with the pronoun first person pronoun I. Okay. Charles did not attend class. Now did is the past tense of do and does. So we are saying what Charles did not do was he did not attend the class. Then we have had, right? So we have joy. Okay, so let's move on to what we call modal auxiliary verbs. Remember, primary auxiliary verbs are verbs that can also be used as what? Lexical verbs. Okay, but in the case of modal auxiliary verbs, we say they cannot be used as lexical or main verbs because they cannot stand alone. For instance, joy can go. Don't forget, go is also a. So we have go, we have goes, and we have gone. Right? So go plural, goes singular, and past participle is gone. Right? So we have John could run fast. So could is a modal auxiliary verb. May is a modal auxiliary verb. Might is a modal auxiliary verb. Shall is a modal auxiliary verb. Okay, so it's showing you that these are modal auxiliary verbs. As long as I've underlined them, they are modal auxiliary verbs. Okay, they are modal auxiliary verbs. Now, I want to take other modal auxiliary verbs. We have will, he will play for us. The lexical verb there is what? Play. We said we always come after. Okay, the modal auxiliary verb is will. The lexical verb is play. The modal auxiliary verb is will. The primary auxiliary verb or the lexical verb or main verb here is what? Play. So should here is what? Modal auxiliary. It here is what? Lexical. Okay. Must is modal auxiliary. Tell is what? Lexical verb or main verb. We have others like ought to. Okay. Study here is the lexical verb. Ought to here is what? Modal auxiliary verb. It gives more meaning to the lexical verb. Used to, modal auxiliary. Fly, lexical verb. Need to, modal auxiliary verb. Leave, lexical verb. Dear, modal auxiliary verb. insult. Auxiliary lexical verbs. Okay, insult there is lexical. So with that, if you follow the lesson critically, you would see that every of the words used to, ought to, need to, there are all helping to give more information about the main or lexical verb: study, fly, live, and what? Insult. The same thing applies for will, trying to help; play, should, trying to give meaning to it; must, trying to give meaning to what? I can say you tell the truth. Okay, I can say you tell the truth. But if I want to give more information, I can say you must tell the truth. I can say every student studies hard. Okay, but if I say every student ought, it changes the meaning entirely. Alright, so that is that. So we are moving on to the next thing, which is what? Speech work. And this is where I love it the most. Now, we have what you call the manner of articulation, we have what you call the state of the glottis, and we have what we call the place of articulation. In speech work, we consider the manner of articulation, we consider the place of articulation, and we consider the state of what? The glottis. Under the state of the glottis, we have whether the sound is voiceless or it is what? Voiced. Now, under the manner of articulation, we have the following things to consider. We consider if it's a stop, whether it's a fricative, whether it's an affricative, whether it's a nasal, whether it's an approximant. Okay, so all of these things are considered under the manner of articulation. Rather, we have stop, plosive, fricative, affricative, we have nasals. Okay, nasals, we have affricatives, and we have approximants. But we won't consider all of that today. Okay, then we have the place of articulation. Under that, we have what you call the bilabial, involving the two lips. We have the alveolar, which is a part of the mouth. Okay, a part of the mouth towards the back. We have what we call the alveolar ridge. Okay, and towards the back of the mouth. Then we have what is called the velar, or velum in singular. Okay, which is the softest part of the palate. Okay, then we have labiodental. Labiodental is discussing if it involves the lips and the lips plus teeth equals labiodental. Labio there means lip, dental means teeth. Then we have the dental, we have the alveolar, palatal alveolar, and the what? And the glottal. So all these are what we're going to be considering today. So, for instance, if you look at what you have here is not letter P, it's a phonetic symbol. So we have it's a stop, voiceless, bilabial consonant sound. So if I'm going to describe this, I'm going to describe it as a stop, the manner of articulation. It's voiceless, that's the state of the glottis. It's bilabial, that's the place of articulation. It's a consonant sound. So if I write that, I will write this way. In describing it, I'll say it's a stop. And let me start with the state of the glottis. Okay, it's a voiceless stop, bilabial consonant sound. So you can see where I describe it. It's a voiceless stop bilabial consonant sound. So it has shown me one. From this, I have seen that it is voiceless. That's the state of the glottis. It is stop. The place of the manner of articulation, it is bilabial. The place of articulation, it is a consonant sound. So not a vowel sound. So the same thing if I want to describe this also. Alright, I'll write here. Okay. B is a voiced, so that's the only thing I'll change. It's a voiced stop bilabial consonant sound. Okay, so B is a voice. So the only difference between B and is that B is voiced, is voiceless, but they are both stop bilabial consonant sounds. But the only difference is one is voiceless, the other is what? Voiced. So we have them like that. I told you when you say labiodental, it has to do with the lips plus what? The teeth. Please, more importantly, what part of the lip is the labiodental? It has to do with the lower lip and the upper teeth. Okay, the lower lip and the upper teeth. Okay, so we have T and we have D. So the T is voiceless, plosive, alveolar consonant sound. D is voiced, plosive, alveolar consonant sound. K, alright, is what? That is a voiceless. Let's describe voiceless fricative. Is a voiceless stop, but it's not bilabial. It's a voiceless, that's one. It is a stop, that's two. And number three, it's a velar. You can see the velar. Okay, you can see it's a velar sound. So G is also the same. G is also the same thing. When you look at that sound, you will see that it is a voiced stop velar consonant sound. Okay, so I believe we'll write this and we'll have to do this because I know somebody is, oh my god, you have too many information. Then we have also the labiodentals. We have the dental sounds. We have alveolar, then we have palatal alveolar and the likes. Okay, so I don't want to bore you with so much details. So, but if you look at them in the examples we listed here, we have pan. Okay, we have pan. So we're going to transcribe that. We have pan. Okay, so that's pan. Okay, that's at the initial stage. You have pan. In that word pan, you have that's at the initial position. But the minor position, we have na. Okay, at the final position, we have that for bird. We have ra. We have tea. We have seed. We have dip. We have hide. We have come. We have park. We have get. We have rag. We have fork. We have cuff. Okay. We have van. If you transcribe that, we have van. Okay. We have van. We have think. Well, we have both. We have this. We have breathe. We have sip. We have sip. Okay, we have sip. Right? Then we have zinc. Right? Zinc. Zinc. zinc, zinc, right? We have shape, okay? We have shape, right? We have fish, and we have garage. Okay, so these are words where these sounds are contained in such words. We have heart, we have behave. Now, behave here is middle position, that is in the middle. Okay, behave. Okay, we have cheap, initial. We have teach, final position. We have joy, initial position. Page, final position. Luck, initial position. Sell, final position. Rag, initial position. Borrow, medial position. We have win, initial position. We have rewind, middle position. We have yes, initial position. We have new, right? Final position. We have man, initial position. We have him, final position. We have net, initial position. We have rain, final position. We have singer, middle position. We have bang. With this, we have come to the end of our class day on speech work. But I would advise you always constantly practice. That is where you can develop the skill. You can develop the ability. Now you may be wondering, oh Mr. Sir, you are so good at this. Yes, it came through what is called constant practice. So like I told you, get an Oxford Advanced Learners Dictionary and sit with it. Learn to transcribe words and give yourself to diligent study. Thank you very much for joining us in this lesson. Don't forget to refresh your memory on what we have discussed today and to recall all that was taught. I would love that you will please take the test that will appear on your screen.